Hey guys, so I'm back here and I'm just about to do the um, the Shadow Crossing fight. So here's the build again. The build is the same. Cleric 1 Bard X. And as for the items, we have the Helmet of Arcane Acuity. This is important because we need to get our spell save DC as high as possible, and this is the easiest way to do that right now. We have our Cloak of Protection, and we have our Graceful Cloth. We're using this because we want to maximize our damage, because there's some of the enemies we won't be able to crowd control, and I'm actually going to, before I forget, wait, I can't have armor equipped. Oh, this counts as light armor. Is there anything else? I think the 3 AC is worth it, actually, to use this instead. This doesn't count as armor, this doesn't count as armor. Does it work now? Yeah. So I suppose the Fistbreaker Helm is fine. We get the high spellcasting, and we also get the +1 to initiative, not that we'll really need it. The Cloak of Protection, obviously, I think this is the only good one that we have access to right now, and we do want our saving throws to be high. We have our Graceful Cloth. We actually do want to maximize our damage, and this increases our dex by 2. We have the Flawed Helldust Gloves. This could also be the Gloves of Archery, but as I said, I want to min-max as much as possible, and the Strength saving throw does actually matter against the shadows. Evasive Shoes currently are our only combat shoes. It's just there for the +1 AC. We have this. I was actually debating if this or Blood of Lathander would be better. I think I'm actually going to go with Blood of Lathander for this attempt. So Blood is just here for the Sunbeam. We have this shield for the saving throws. Psychic Spark. This isn't actually too useful, but it does buff the magic missile that we get from the Force Crossbow. We have the Callous Glow Ring. This is actually important against the shadows, because we get the additional damage. And then here we also have the Strange Conduit Ring. Ideally, we're going to be concentrating through this entire battle. So this is actually better than the Caustic Band, because the shadows are resistant to acid damage. And then we've got the Never Misser and our +1 hand crossbow. And there's also a little bit more setup that we have to do. I'm going to go into turn-based mode. I actually do have setup out here. If you can see, this area is all illuminated because I have some lit torches on the ground. And we're just going to go into here and cast Plant Growth, making sure we don't hit any of the torches in it, including the one that Halsin's carrying. So Plant Growth is important. We also just have Scratch here, just because we need all the help that we're going to get against this encounter. Scratch doesn't need to go. And then we actually want to cast our Darkness spell right here. So basically what this is for is, we found this in the Mason's Guild, and this will prevent the Shadow Cursed Harpers from attacking into the the darkness. And then we're going to talk to Halson.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Very well. Once I begin with the I need you to stay here. Keep good. It took me years of study. Of Oak Father. It's ready.
So the shadows are actually not invisible because we do have the torches on the ground here. And we want to get rid of as many of them as possible. And I also do have freedom of movement on me because we did reach level 8. And I am concentrating, so we do a lot of damage because of our loadout here. We're even foregoing the Ring of Protection. Plant growth is incredible because it reduces their move speed by like a lot. Okay, and this turn is especially bad because you need a lot of crowd control or area damage because these bunch of ravens. So what I'm going to do I'm actually gonna have Scratch join. I didn't realize that he hadn't joined.
No choice but to keep going.
But I'm going to go here. We've got Glyph of Warding. I'm going to cast this at 4th level because we need, hang on. Necrotic resistance, poison immunity, psychic immunity. Okay. And these guys are just necrotic resistant, which I don't know why they even are because they're 1 HP. But these are pilgrims, so going to drink a haste potion and do it again. Over here. Then we retreat back into the darkness. Yeah, you see the plant growth is putting in huge amounts of work here. Just because it's crowd control that I can set up beforehand. shadows there. I'm actually going to go next to the Wraith, and here we can sunbeam this way and clip the Raven as well. So this will likely get rid of the... Oh, I got scratched too, unfortunately. But that gets rid of the Raven and the Pilgrims, which I think ignore the plant growth. And we're not too worried about this single Wraith here. We can handle the damage from that. We just want to control the amount of enemies here as much as possible. Oops, I accidentally went for a Wraith. Well, I guess we might as well kill it. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, you see the plant growth is putting in massive amounts of work right now. Just this entire clump is just completely not a threat. This is why I like this build, is because we can handle encounters that not a lot of other... Okay, so since we have 2 turns remaining now, this is why I wanted to save the 3rd level spot. We're actually going to break concentration on darkness now. We can bonus action to try to get rid of this one. That's a little bit bad, actually. Yeah, I suppose I didn't think about that. But we're going to drop a huge hypnotic pattern. This is also why we're a gnome. We've got the gnome cunning, which gives us advantage on the saving throw, and we also have a fairly good wisdom saving throw just from stacking it as high as we possibly could. So we try this, and it has a fairly good chance of working on everyone. And we want to just shoot a darkness arrow at the portal right here. And then this doesn't really matter. I suppose we can just try to hit that. take the stun, but it doesn't matter because the Shadow Crossing was still at full HP because of how well we defended it. And it can take this one turn beat. Because of our hypnotic pattern, we were able to just defend it, and there's our win.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong.
Alright, that was the Shadow Crossing defense.
Dreadfully wrong.
Probably one of the hardest fights for a
No.
solo build. But since we
It can't
chose
be.
a caster build, we were able to beat it with some crowd control spells. Okay, and now I'm going to do the Oliver fight. There's actually a really funny cheese. That's why I have the Boots of Striding. And this is just the regular AC layout with the Wondrous Gloves, the Yuan T scale mail, and the Cloak of Protection. And we also do have the Strange Conduit ring. We don't really need, the shield is like flexible. I guess I'll just use this because it helps the most in combat. Let me actually just manage my inventory a little bit in case the shadows get the strength drain. And yeah, so we will start. Since we have, we're using the Strange Conduit ring instead of the Caustic Band, because the shadows are resistant to the acid damage. So we are going to start to precast resistance on ourselves, just so we're concentrating on something. And then we'll go through the shadow. So normally you would want to kill the dad first, but the mom is actually a bigger threat because if we do get low, then she can cast Sleep, which instantly loses us the fight. So we're just going to go. Their slashing flourishes. Yeah, the dad just has some AoE, which doesn't really matter because we're solo. So we do have an extra Bardic Inspiration, so we can feel fairly safe just wasting them like this. Go ahead. And then we can just get rid of Mummy.
Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things. Want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Okay, this doesn't really doesn't matter. Ouch. Okay, so by the time the owlbear shows up, we're just going to go ahead and cast Cloud of Daggers at 4th, intersecting with the Night Dome. and this actually does damage to the Night Dome, but it doesn't get reflected back to us because the Cloud of Daggers is its own thing. And then we can just sanctuary ourselves and wait. And because we have the Boots of Striding, the Owl Bear can't even knock us prone since we're concentrating on the Cloud of Daggers. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not even going to heal. So you can see the Night Dome is just taking the Cloud of Daggers damage every single turn. So we can kind of just wait for the 10 turns of the Cloud of Daggers to run out, and then we can just
Stop it right now.
kill a bunch of these things afterwards to finish it off if we need to. Turns, we're halfway through it.
Why are you doing this? All I wanted to do was play.
Afterwards, we just need to kill. Okay, I'm pretty sure it'll last for one more turn. So let's just go over here. Have the Night Dome take the damage one more time. Alright, and since we're a Tempest Cleric, we can just have a super cheap Thunder Wave to deal a bunch of guaranteed damage.
Why can't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right
And
here.
that's the Oliver fight.
You've ruined it.
It's very cheesy, but it does work.